Welcome back to the Mayor's Update. Well, Mayor, we talked last month a little bit about our upcoming work to look at street-level social issues in Everett, issues like homelessness, loitering, mental health, and that work's going to be kicking off publicly in a couple of weeks with that task force coming together. Can you tell us a little bit about that effort and what you hope it will accomplish?
You know, I think we've come to realize it goes beyond just the homeless problem that we see on our streets. It's really bigger than that, and it's complex, and it's it's one of those issues where you clearly can see both sides. I mean, people who have mental illness or substance abuse problems may have lost a job, lost their home, end up on the street, and oftentimes no fault of their own. And they're looking to find ways to resolve, the situation they find themselves in. The flip side of that then is oftentimes the negative behavior, the smoking, the drinking, making citizens feel unsafe, whether it's going to the library or going into their apartment or just being on our streets downtown. So it is a complex issue. And Megan, the thing that I've come to realize, and I attended a meeting in San Francisco in June, and they have a significant homeless problem there. We're not immune as a community. Everywhere I go, I see these social issues arise, and there's a lot of reasons for it. Less funding from the federal government, state government, less funding of mental health and medication. It's just a social issue that really plagues us as a society. We thought about a lot of different ways to approach this, and frankly, my first temptation was to roll up my sleeves and get in the middle of it and, wrestle it to the ground. And then I realized, and frankly, with good advice from people like you and staff saying, this really needs to be a community-based solution. We need people from all walks of life who are willing to volunteer their time to come in and first get a very clear understanding of what the issues are, and then together to begin to formulate some solutions to these social problems. And so I just want to make sure I get this July 14th.
July 24th.
July 24th. The Everett Community Streets Initiative will start. They will be held every other Thursday from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Weyerhaeuser Room. And these meetings are open to the public, and I do hope the public will come and listen in and hear and learn as much as they can. We've hired a professional facilitator, someone who can really keep the meeting focused and make sure everyone has an opportunity to provide input. We've gotten two great chairs who volunteered their time. Chris Adams, who's an attorney in downtown Everett, and he's also the chair of our Planning Commission, and Sylvia Anderson, who's the executive director of the Everett Gospel Mission, will be the chairs. And we've really pulled together a cross-section of community leaders to help us formulate this. And I'm going to be watching and observing very closely. I'm going to listen as opposed to putting my 2 cents in, because I just think it's so important that this have the feel and the reality of what the community wants in terms of trying to find solutions. So more to come. I think it's going to be a very enlightening process. I know there are strongly held views on both sides of this issue. I mean, I've heard people say, well, put them on a bus and take them somewhere. I'm not sure where that somewhere is, but, and that's not the solution. And others, churches, for example, who feel it's their mission to feed the hungry and help the poor. And that is very, very heartwarming, and I know they feel very strongly about it. So it's going to be really important to get all of that information out there and make sure the community understands how people feel about this, what they think their responsibility is, and then what can we do to help improve the accountability, help the behavior that's going on there that is viewed by negative, the fear that's going on. I think that we will be in a better place after we go through this effort. So I'm very encouraged, and it's very timely.
I think it's going to be a really interesting process and a really good process. Yeah. And for people who want to get more information, we do have a page on the city's website. It has a comment form if people have questions that they want to share if they aren't able to make it to a meeting.
Good.
Well, Mayor, I'd like to end on a fun note.
Yes.
It is summer, it is sunny. I know I saw you in the 4th of July parade last weekend. Mm-hmm. What's some of the stuff that we have coming up for everyone? We have a great tradition of free family events.
We do.
Some great ones coming up.
Well, we went through this structural budget process, which was very difficult, and there were a lot of options, and people thought they were recommendations, and now they realize they were just options, but options that would have really had a negative impact on a lot of our quality of life issues. So Jetty Island Ferry is going. It's 7 days a week. The animal farm is open. The music series has started, and that's a Thursday night, Saturday night, Sunday near Lombardi's. The farmers market, which is near Lombardi's as well, is open every Sunday. It's a great time of year. We got the Cinnamon and the Stars at Silver Lake, so I just encourage everybody, check those things out on our website. Go out and enjoy those activities. They're fun, they're free, and despite what I recently read in the newspaper, we don't charge any fee for Jetty Island. We ask people to make donations, and every little bit helps, but it's a free service, and it's all of our taxes that we pay that provides for that kind of service. And so I want to always try to keep these free events for folks.
Yeah, with a lot of great offerings this summer. I know I'm planning to check a lot of them out.
Yeah, it's lots of fun.
Well, thank you, Mayor, and thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again next month.